everybody, I hope amazing today. Quick little introduction. So today is going to be a coaching session, which in my opinion is very special. So I've met the student the very first time in the top lane academy. He was a silver top laner and he is pretty much a Fiora one trick, as you can see. And I had the first session with him and I was pretty impressed with his gameplay because this guy started playing League of Legends around October, November 2024. So only for 3 to 4 months. Now, the first thing I asked him is, do you have any past experience playing MOBAs? And the answer was yes. He has played some Smite before and he got high rank in Smite, so he has some MOBA experience, but he has no other experience with League of Legends or anything like this. And so it was very interesting to me because he was already silver and this is about a month ago. And then he asked me afterwards if we could also do an individual session afterwards. I'm not doing that much individual coaching at the moment. This was pretty much a one-off, and so I figured because I had no VOD session today, I would like to introduce you guys to this coaching session, which I think is very insightful. And in the meantime, Mr. Justice has already made it to Platinum, so I think it's really cool to see this case study where he is doing all the steps correctly. He is pretty much a one-tricking Fiora, even though it's our champion, and he's locking in on that. He is improving a lot on his fundamentals, his importance, laning phases, examples, and then yeah, I'm gonna teach him how to pretty much find his gameplay, keep improving, and I think it's cool to see his pretty much this case study. So I hope you guys will enjoy this session. One quick note, I forgot to record his voice in the first 5 minutes. Afterwards you'll be able to hear his voice, so everything should work, and that is that. Hope you guys enjoy and see you guys soon. Enjoy your weekend as well. Real quick before we get into the video, I want to showcase you the Top Lane Academy, which is my new project to help you fast track your improvement in playing League of Legends. In here you will get access to my daily coaching sessions, champion guides, an active Discord community of like-minded people, and soon also my courses. If you are interested in getting coached by me and other verified coaches like Chippy, for example, I highly recommend to check it out and to start working on improving the fundamentals. Now, alright guys, let's get into the video. KD is looking good. CS average is looking good. Walk me through kind of you as a player right now. What do you feel like is going well for you, and what do you feel like is going not so well?
Say 8.5 per minute or something like that.
Yeah, still really good.
But it's been a big change, like going into this season, especially with playing Fiora, because playing the early wave states very, very different. I don't know if you've played a lot of champs. I've watched some of your like VODs on your second channel, and I've not seen many either Camille games or Fiora games or like champs that have low wave clear.
I played some Fiora myself. I think once you get Tiamat, it changes, right?
Yeah, once you get Tiamat, it's pretty much the same.
Yeah. So yeah.
Before that, it's, let's say you can't really crash. Well, that's pretty much the same with every champ. You can't crash wave 4; it dies too quickly.
Yeah.
So I pretty much defaulted to second wave crash most
That's
of the
perfect.
time. But I feel like now that I've gone into gold and I play some matchups which I'm unfamiliar with, like say Riven, for example, all these volatile matchups that are very like skill-based matchups, I feel like I struggle a bit since I'm not like used to the matchups.
That makes total sense. And you should also eventually kind of, not necessarily hit the roadblock, but you're of course going to face harder competition, thus making the games harder for you too. You kind of just need to start gaining more experience to climbing like that. So I think it's just, as long as you keep spamming games and you're building that experience, I mean, what elo did you end? You ended silver for. I think you can hit diamond, maybe even above this season, if you keep up this pace. Like, you're in a really good position right now. Ending silver 4 and now being gold 2, you're almost platinum, right? And you're going at very fast pace. So I think you can already be really happy with your establishment thus far. So, do you have any questions, or do you want to just start with the first vote?
Mainly about your view of the Riven Fiora matchup, because I faced one like 2 days ago or something like that, and it feels very volatile. And I've only played the matchup like once before. I've watched a couple of VODs of it, but I don't know the innate theory behind it.
It is a full skill matchup that is extremely volatile, also depending on the setup that you take.
I feel like Riven always defaults to Conquer Flash Ignite.
Yes. I feel like there's 2 setups that you can take as Fiora into Riven. It's either going to be this, so you can go for a Conquer setup. The setup that Potent runs, it's like this. I think it's this.
He runs PTA.
Right, he runs PTA, Flash Exhaust. And then I have to play around.
Easy.
I have to play around bone plating. I have to play around W, and I have to play around exhaust. Impossible.
You also do non-scaling.
It doesn't matter. You could choose. You could choose, yeah. But with this, you definitely win the early game. The setup that I like to play into Riven, and that I've also struggled very hard with, is playing this. And the reason you play this, or you can go this, doesn't really matter. And I like double adaptive.
Because you can just Q poke.
Right, especially with this on cooldown.
Yeah, with sudden impact.
Yeah.
It's just so much true damage.
If you get 1 or 2 pokes, especially with Vital Grasp healing, she's half HP, and you're full HP, she can't contest. And then you can also run Flesh Ignite or Flesh Exhaust. I would go Flesh Ignite with this setup, and it's so hard for Riven to play, but she does win extended fights if you get there.
Yeah, I feel like if you play this setup, you have to play for sustain, because Riven has no sustain, right?
Right.
So just abuse that, and if she gets an all-in window, you just lose, but you have to play around the spacing very well.
Yes, I've played against this setup multiple times. You just hit a wall, and you have to recall as Riven, and then Fiora outskills Riven, right? So if you get ahead with this and just play slower, it works. PTA is more high risk, high reward, and you went this setup. I think Fiora, it's hard to contest Riven when you go this setup. If you make one mistake, she just rolls over you, because you're playing with Teleport Conqueror, right? There's like, you kind of want to play for the all-ins, but it's harder because she's an aggressive summoner.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed that. I think I actually got first blood in this
Looks
game.
like it, yeah.
Yeah. But then just because she pretty much all-inned me, I had a terrible reset wave was pushing away from me, and then it was just a bad timing. I couldn't really do much.
Yeah.
And then I got caught out on my recall timer, pretty much, I think.
Yeah, and then it just snowballs extremely hard, right?
And yeah, because she could just clear a lot faster as well.
Yeah, so with matchups like these as well, you just need to gain experience.
Yeah, and kind of all in for one way of playing. Either play cautious with grasp, or play for an all-in with aggressive summoners if you know they're gonna play aggressive.
Right, but when you play grasp, you still don't play cautious. You just play more like poke on the range.
Well, yeah, you play until you're at such an HP advantage.
Yeah, like what you do
just win the all-in.
Is you cube, like if she queues forward, you just you kind of let her, and then you queue backwards, but while still staying in range, right? You go for those reactive queues, and Riven can't do anything against that.
I also have another question about grasp setup. So in lanes where you wanna be more poke heavy, even though it's not necessarily losing or winning in the early game, are there any melee matchups which you would consider taking the shield instead of?
Gangplank maybe.
Yeah, makes sense.
The thing is, the way you want to approach it, of course, is that I mean, you know the difference between Deep Light and D-Shield, right? I just think when you run Grasp, you probably run Second Wind. If you hit a Vital and Grasp with D-Blade, you heal for 55 HP flat, something it's a ridiculous number.
Yeah.
So, most matchups, probably no, but I guess against Gangplank, yes, actually you see tier 2. You could consider D-Shoot. I'm trying to think if there's any other ones. Maybe Pantheon?
Yeah. I mean, Pantheon is a really hard matchup, probably. But...
Yeah. Against Malphite, I would always go you can go Grass Conqueror, but I'll go. Okay, so I would actually go Deep Blade, and the reason I go Deep Blade against Malphite is because you hard win level 1 to level 5, and you want to try and utilize that early game strength that you have to try and get solo kills onto him. You can actually go Conqueror, Sorcery, something like this into this matchup, and play extremely aggressive level 1 to level 5, and then just eco into Tiamat and start perma proxying. That's how I play this matchup.
Yeah.
You're always Deep Blade. Never. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Maybe Tryndamere, D-Shoot, but D-Blade also gives you more fight potential.
I find the Tryndamere matchup hard as well.
It's a very hard matchup. It all boils down to W timing.
Yeah. Just finding all-in windows when he has Fury, and if he's good at spacing and keeping his Fury up, it's hard to win the extended fight.
Yeah, and then he needs to get an extended fight, because I think the biggest problem is that you lose any equal health trait because he doesn't have mana or sustain issues where you have both. The early game is the hard part, but once you get to 2 items, he can't do anything against you anymore. That's the thing.
Yeah. I think I should just default to a more reserved playstyle in matchups, which I'm not comfortable in, but that will not give me the experience to know how much of a skill matchup is.
Yeah, yes and no. Because running it down also doesn't give you that. If you lose the game in the first 4 waves, you also don't get it. So I would actually prefer a more chill approach. It's objectively better still.
I mean, makes sense.
Okay, I'd like to start with the first vote. So do you want to go in chronological order?
Uh, what type of vault do you want? Or I mean, it's up to me, but
So what I really think is important for you to learn at this stage is, of course, your matchups and like early game laning phases. So if you have a question about early game like that, we can go over that. So I really want to sharpen up our early laning phases because I believe that will always set you up for a good position. And then the second part is I want to teach you how to start utilizing a winning position because you're still dying too much.
all right.
So
then I think, wait, let me check here.
This might be a good tier. You said main focus, expanding lead, and optimizing winning position.
Yeah, we can do that one.
Okay.
It's a bit of a very weird start, but
do you want to go to the laning phase, or do you mainly want to go and get to the mid game?
I mean, you can do the for I die very early, so you can watch that first.
Okay.
It's a very weird sequence.
Do you know how it works with Fiora when you're blue side? The first vital is.
Oh always... yeah, it's always bomb left or left or bomb. Yeah.
Yeah. So blue side is back. No. So yeah, if you're blue, so the blue side is
always
frontal.
It's always bomb side. So if you're red side, you should try look or find them very early on before it's like an engage or anything.
There you go.
Reset the vital.
Yeah. I think recalling here is just, it's better, but there ends up being a skirmish. I don't think we should go over this because ultimately it's like, okay, we end up making this decision this game. Unlucky, right? It's fine. But Garen's lane is also kind of over because he doesn't get a reset in. So, yeah, now this guy can play.
Yeah, and he just dies, so...
Yeah, it looks like you zoned him from XP as well. You got it yourself, and he ends up dying. Nice. Yeah. How do you want to retaliate after the kill? Let's take a look. Beautiful. What do you want to do now?
Here I think I'm trying to hard push, but it's gonna be an awkward crash. I'm gonna try to walk into the tower and just make the minions walk away from mine, so they don't aggro onto the minions.
General rule of thumb I'd say is when the minions are tier 2, just always slow push, even if you have 1-2 minions. Look how fast it walks. So here, if you just slow push this, you would have had perfect timing. You see?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. So you get it in, nice. But now you can't really get a recall. Okay. Looking to play aggressive here is fine, because you're level 3 to level 2. Yeah. Think we could have optimized the no, your Q's are cooldown, never mind. Yeah, no, it's fine. Okay. This is greedy. It was level 3. I'll also be looking to set up my reset, but I think it's kind of hard to. Yeah.
It's a bit of a micro mistake.
It's a full micro mistake, but also intention in the regards that if you slow push this wave, right, get this to crash, high push the next wave, you get double reset, double longsword refillable potion, and this guy is lane locked and has to collect 2 waves and play out the bounce with you having double longsword refill. He can't play the game. So I also don't like the intention behind this, because right now, if you play disciplined, you get ahead 100% of the time.
Yeah.
You aware of the concept?
I am fully aware.
Then I kind of want to go through the laning phase and go more so to the position when you're ahead. Seeing slow push to hard push here is perfect. Proxy.
I think after this reset, it's just lost for him. After I don't die here.
Yeah, I really like this sequence, by the way. This is extremely good to see. So you slow push this wave, hard push the second one, then you proxy after getting the plate. Fucking amazing to see. Well done. Last detail, leave your ward here. Leave your ward on the golems.
Okay, yeah.
Beautiful to see the sequence. Well done, man. Like, that will put you in such and you lose nothing. Insanely good. Okay. Yeah, you end up getting ganked here, so you set up your disciplined recall. So far, so good. Let's take a look at this all in. I really dislike the Q here. So that's what I was gonna eye for. I think the first vital.
I agree. You should never Q. You should never Q if you can auto the vital.
I would even. Yeah, I would probably even TM out this one.
Yeah, makes sense.
And then you Q the next one, auto E, and you can get the vital, and then you probably ult from there, and you get like 3 extra vitals.
Yeah.
The Q makes this all in hard. Okay.
Yeah, because I can't really catch it.
Yeah. Alright, this guy dies. Beautiful. And you set up your recall. Okay, you go for plate. And then you... Okay, so this is a choice. I think setting up your recall here is probably better. Yeah.
After seeing this play, I agree. So, I have a question here.
Yeah.
So, there's another plant that spawns when is that? Because I'm very unsure of when that spawns. Not the first one.
Me neither, and it depends heavily on when the first one is taken, I believe, as well. I actually don't know.
Okay, because I swear I've seen it around like 8:30 sometimes, but I might be just tripping. I'm not really sure. It's around the 10-minute mark, I'm sure. But
Yeah, I'm actually not sure when it's there.
I want to look into that because the reason I stayed for the play here is because I wanted to get the plant and then try to get.
Okay, so you
A better
overextended
reset.
your tempo by getting the plant. Okay, and then you can still get it in here. Garen moves, so you go for the plate.
Yeah, so he just.
I would want you to already
Great.
also have the mentality to go for the next wave here. Proxy this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then set up your reset. You have Hydra. Beautiful. Okay. 86 at minute 10. Beautiful things. He doesn't have flash. Let's see how you go here. This guy should be... not probably hard to kill. Okay, so let's see how you expand your lead from this position, right? This would be a position where I'd say you never have to kill this Garen and you're ahead perpetually. Again, here, I don't think you have to gap close with a Q. So I'm seeing that as a habit here. You're in melee range.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Okay. I agree to not proxy here because Kha'Zix is unknown. So
I don't know where it is, so.
And you don't have flash yet. So this is good. Kha'Zix was on the Void Grubs. You move down here. Very good. I think here you play patient, by the way.
Okay.
Because you have no
So,
W cooldown.
yeah.
If you have W cooldown, you can play faster here. But the thing is, they have to get through you.
Yeah.
And so the slower you play here, the more time you give your team to catch up as well.
Yeah, makes sense.
Oh, okay. You end up living here. But if
Yeah,
Jogan is old,
pure
you're dead.
luck.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. In terms of itemization, they have an execute top lane champion and an execute mid lane champion. I definitely want some HP this game. I also don't like your risk to reward here. You have 1.2k gold, you have teleport, I would just set base TP and expand my lead this way. And see what I'm seeing here as well is from this position, I don't think you can gain anything here.
Yeah, no, in hindsight, I completely agree.
What would be your other option?
Instead of being here,
Well, no, what could be your other option instead of looking to kill the Garen here?
just proc or try to kill the tower since I have Demolish
Yeah.
when the aggro was on F.
Okay, let's play this through. Then you're gonna hard push this wave. We're gonna look to kill the Garen. Looks natural here. Evelyn is ult. Cho'Gaths are going top. You can look to keep playing this. There's two options you can make here. You can look to keep playing this. I think the risk to reward is pretty low here because Cho'Gaths is here full HP. Garen probably has W, so it's not easy to make this play, right?
Yeah.
What I'd be considering here is actually recalling and TPing mid.
Makes sense.
Because Kha'Zix no tempo, and this guy's here, this guy's here. Nobody can answer you. That's how I want you to start looking at these resources.
Alright.
Because this is a flip. This is guaranteed.
Okay, makes sense.
Okay. You live, and we get into killing the Garen, and you get the Cho'Gath, so it's alright here. And now I would still, yeah, so really good that you recall, because Kha'Zix could be here. Tabis, okay, let's see itemization here. I understand Tabis, but honestly, I don't even know if I would want tier 2 boots here. And the tier 2 boots that I would probably go for are Boots of Swiftness.
I have chosen Boots of Swiftness in a bunch of games. I just kind of always default to Tabis when there's AD top side.
Okay. I still think Boots of Swiftness is so ridiculously good, especially when you're playing a champion that's gonna run away from you the entire game.
Yeah.
There's slows here, slows here, slows here. Like, Boots of Swiftness, Fiora are disgustingly good.
Yeah, it's broken.
So I would, and it's also way cheaper here. And you get fast track to your second item too. Alternatively, I think Hole Breaker is a pretty good item in this game. But I think you're probably gonna default into Trinity Force, right?
I mean, in general, I don't feel like Hole Breakers is a good second item.
No.
I feel like it's a lot better for 8 or 4th.
Depends. You see, the things, if you get it second, you get way more time to play for this as well. And it's good still, because it's going to give you a lot of health now when you're playing against execute champions. But I still think Trinity Force is completely fine here.
Yeah.
So, but I think Tabi just kind of slows down your curve as well when you're ahead. Okay, well, you get the kill here, beautiful. You get tempo, you get the turret. This is absolutely what you should be doing. I think you can try and push your position a little bit here. Wow, did you just W his ult? Alright,
Yes,
that guy should be dead then.
I saw his animation.
Yeah. I love your patience here. Your mechanics are looking really clean too. Yeah. Okay, I would say right now we control this game without any ways of losing as long as we keep this up. Like, you are 10 cents per minute, you are control of the game. I'm not hitting this here because you have tempo with the wave right now. You're utilizing this wave to get as maximum turret damage here. It's always turret damage, so it's side waves into turret damage when you can. If not, then jungle camp when there's no other option left. So make as a mental note right now, turret damage always, because the faster you get this turret down, You never have to go top lane anymore, and you can accelerate much faster here. And the thing is, sometimes it can take 2 to 3 minutes for you to get one timer to hit the turret, right? So if you get that timer and you skip it, you might delay yourself for 2 minutes of tempo on the map. And so it doesn't look like a big detail here, but it can really switch up a lot of tempo opportunities you get in the games. Because this turret should have been, you should have had it, 100%.
Yeah.
And then you would actually never have to go top lane here anymore, and you're bot for the rest of the game. So then what would have happened if you gotten this? You get a way better recall, you open up probably to a mid, and the game looks different.
Yeah. I would have had second item by at least 17 minutes.
Yeah, so now we have to play top lane again. Okay,
Yeah.
good, you end up getting the kill. Good, you get a turret. I want us to recall right now. See, all we have to do is play tempo. The only win condition they have is this guy. If you just tempo, recall, and walk mid, what can it do? You just hit here with Mal. And then you go bot, and then you hit this. What can it do? Absolutely nothing.
I agree.
So the longer you stay here, the more time you're wasting. Good. Now let's see where you path. You path bot. That's fine. I also like that you're typing this. Beautiful. You take over the side wave. So now the intention is side waves into turrets. If no turrets, it's jungle camps paired with neutrals, of course. And you're ahead in the game. So all you have to do is avoid numbers disadvantage, and you're good. Okay. Well, this kill just walks into you. That's just gonna happen. And good. Again, here. Okay, here I actually like that you started and you see that you have a wave. So here you turn it around. Because you see the Cho'Gath moving too. Beautiful. You get most of the turret here. I mean, I think you're doing everything well, buddy. Like, you're doing so many things correct. And now your 3 items. Look at you. You don't look like a gold player at all here. This is so beautiful to see. You're 20 minutes, 190 CS, you have 3 items. I don't need to see anything else. You've done everything I want to see. Well done. Absolutely amazing. Good shit.
And I think this is a win, I'm pretty sure.
If this is not a win, I'll puke.
Yeah, it is a win.
It's like, you have to disconnect to lose this game.
Alright.
Look, you're 2 levels above the of the XP curve of anybody else, and you're like 3 to 4k gold up of even your teammates too. You've gotten tier 2 here, tier 2 here, 3 minute 20. I am extremely happy to see this. Like, you've done so many things correctly here. Well done.
That's good. That's good.
Okay.
I think the Kale VOD is a really good example of this. I don't feel like I played horribly macro-wise.
Oh, you need to remove this link or change the link because you sent you over to G.
Oh wait. Okay, wait. Let me get the real VOD for you.
I'm gonna grab some water real quick.
No problem.
Alright, we're back.
Alright.
Did you get a link?
I sent it.
Perfect. Okay, do you want to go over the landing phase as well? A little bit more in depth? Because that mid to late game looked really good to me.
Alright, yeah, I'm done.
In this game, or in this matchup, you could also opt for PTA, actually.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I think PTA would be a good option here. Also, because you're playing against another solo laner that's going to be range, so Miles our kill here.
Yeah.
When you see this draft, enemy draft, how do you kind of perceive the game? That's also important.
So, I mean, pretty much preferred late game. I think the only way to side lane would be the way it is right now, mid against top, or mid against mid and top against top, because I don't think, well, depends on how much I stomp Kale, of course, but I think if Kale's even by level 16, well, that's late game, but I don't think Yasuo stands a chance against her.
Yeah.
And I think he's a lot better into Malzahar, and I can lane against either if I'm even, because I scale as well as Kale, if not better.
Yeah.
And early game, I have to be careful for Viego, because Shiv is a full clear jungle most of the time, or she's at least really weak until she gets ult.
Yeah.
And bot lane, I've got too little knowledge to know how that's going to play out, but I want to be fast this game, because Gragas is really hard to catch, as well as Kai'Sa having a billion dashes.
Okay, this is how I see this game. We're playing against double AP solo laners this game. Whole Breaker,
Yeah.
in my opinion, goes up in priority when you're playing against double AP solo laners.
Because they struggle killing the big creep.
Right. Now, Malzahar and Kill are still champions that can kind of kill it, but let's say you're laning against like a Gragas and a Kali, it goes up even times 10.
Yeah, makes sense.
Also, Kill is a champion that is genuinely weak until level 11.
Yeah, I agree.
In a game like this, Boots of Swiftness go up times 3 in priority. Like, it's so important to get this ASAP because all you need to do is reliably gap close on turn. If you get that, she can't play the game.
Yeah.
So, don't rush Tiamat. Don't rush that. You want to be able to make this guy's life miserable. I want to see a Boots of Swiftness early. That might be a knowledge thing too, but you know that now going forward.
Okay, makes sense.
You can do this against a lot of scaling champions. Picture a Mundo, picture a Gil. Like, you don't necessarily need extra damage, you need to be able to reliably hit them.
Yeah.
Okay, and other than that, I want to see some early game aggression. So I'm going to go a little bit deep diving into this laning phase more, and this is really good to see. Okay, let's see how you play this first trade here, because you're going to get Frontal Vital. Yeah, so it's kind of a lucky year, actually. Oh, I don't like this queue.
Yeah, because she's going to walk away either way.
Yeah.
And I have aggressive summoner, so...
Right, so
I mean,
you just play safe, play slower here.
then I get 2 more vitals if I have Q left.
Yeah.
And then she's just dead because I have Flash Ignite.
Okay, how do you want to play now after this level 1 trade?
Crash level 2, because Shirvi's pathing top, and then I can freeze wave.
Yes.
Because,
Even without jungle, 1v1, if you make this bounce, her life sucks.
yeah, because she doesn't have range yet, and she won't. So...
You should have pushed this way faster. And the reason so as you're fishing for the vital here, which is very natural to do. But what is important to note is the faster you push this wave, the faster your wave will die in the turret, meaning the more the wave will reset closer to neutral. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. So, I think I need to fully ingrain the mindset of playing waves into kills instead of otherwise.
And that is going to require some practice, but now the wave is here, and you see she's still kind of pretty much able to farm this for complete free. Like, you can't retaliate in there. Now is the first bounce. Okay, really good Q. You're going to try and thin out the wave a little bit, but not too much, because I actually want these casters to stay alive, so that it keeps pushing into you. So far, so good. Only problem is that they have a Viego jungle, and you have a Shyvana jungle, so the 2v2 is not going to be it's not going to be easy here. Okay?
Yeah, no.
Nice Q. And so far, I really like what you've done. Now, you've gotten this ward. Place it here or here right now. This is the last time you can look for a ward. Second trinket is around the level 4 full clear timer. So you should have warded right there. Okay, your Shyvana doesn't plant. I want you to contest this, though. Like, any extended fight against skill, she can't do anything. You're playing with Flash Ignite, she has to die on this wave. Okay. You're getting a sizable CS lead, but yeah, we can't really look to get trades onto her by the look of it. Unfortunate. Okay.
She's spacing quite well.
Yeah, she's spacing definitely well. Okay, this is good. Okay, you get a flash for free. And you get your 6 here, so this might be a dive angle. I would trade, but this should even be a 1-for-1. Oh no, this is a dive angle, bro. 100 million %.
I see.
Their jungler's bot side right now. You win the game for yourself right here.
Yeah, because if I just land W, it's free.
You not even, yeah, you can initiate the dive with W, but there's like no way to mess us up because you can you can eat the turret auto attack once, auto attack with the crit, Q, ult, and like she's dead, and you flash out.
Yeah.
And she's losing. Like you've set everything up for this, but you don't take it.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
she doesn't have flash.
And no ult because she needs this entire wave before she gets level 6. Yeah, she was 100% dead here. So that's sad to see. You've actually done really well, and then you didn't capitalize, because then if you would have killed her here, you'd be 50 CS on the solo kill. And now you got Tiamat, which is fine, but it's going to give you less wave control, and it's going to give you a harder time to try and kill this kill. See, actually, she would have been 24 CS, and you would have gotten the solo kill to her. You'd be 20 CS up at a solo kill. Game over for her.
And she would have lost 1.5 waves.
Yes, and it would bounce to you.
Yeah, just be GG.
Yeah. So that's really sad to see, actually. Like, it's so massive. But good.
Yeah.
And then you can also get Boots of Swiftness, Longsword, refillable. And now she gets the bounce in too. And so she's pretty much out of the hardest position in the laning phase now. Now it's also way harder to kill her. She does not have flash, so that's good. I think here you could even just flash on top of her with the Shyvana. But yeah, you can't here yet.
Yeah, I just see her on Golem, so I didn't.
You see here why having boots would be so important?
Yeah,
because
gap closing.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it looks tricky. I will flash onto her here, probably.
Yeah.
And the thing is, your Shyvana can look over the wall and like help. You can just communicate with your jungler.
Wait, can you try to find the spot where I check tab? Because I think she has like boots right now.
Does she have boots of swiftness? Yeah, she does have boots of swiftness.
Yeah, that's why I didn't go on to her.
Okay, yeah, I still think if you go onto her and get her to like ult or get her to this HP, she's pretty much dead on the turn on the next wave. But if we never take that initial trade, you can really not progress at all. Okay, here we get to the first all in because she led the W. Nice. Yeah, you gotta stay in range here because you win the extended fight. Good flash. Nice. Okay, this is solo bolo. Nice. Well played mechanically. And you push in. I set up your reset. Set up your reset right here.
I forgot she had flash and I want to greed for enough to get my item.
Yeah, you have boots of swiftness and longsword here.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
After telling me how important gap closing is.
Yeah, you see it for yourself as well this game, right?
Yeah.
Now you get stuck in lane here.
I realized how hard it is.
Okay, Shyvana ends up coming with the rescue.
Now.
Yeah. Okay, I don't like this grub helping. Like, I would reset here 1,000,000% of the time. Because when you go for these grubs, you miss out on your own reset opportunity. You give her a free bounce.
Yeah.
So this grub timing is really awful.
I should play for the reset every time.
You have to 100% play for the reset there. Okay, you end up getting it somehow, but it's also because kill kind of allowed you to. And so this is a game where I really dislike the full rush of the Hydra. But we talked over that. Okay, well you find this kill. Beautiful. Okay, so now you're in a similar position to previously, and we kind of walked over the important timers for the lane, right? I think everything is kind of clear regarding itemization and choices. Okay, perfect. So let's see how you play this out now.
Yeah, but this game is lost.
Okay, good. Then we'll see what went wrong. I don't think you're forced to take this turn, actually.
Yeah, because then I can force more.
Yes. What I would do here is take this plate, maybe one more, proxy next wave, buy swiftness, and play one more bounce and kill her again. Because she has no flash ult, you have flash ult, then you get the food turret, and then you maybe get the tier 2 at the same rotation.
Oh, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. So I actually dislike taking the food turret. It's not bad. And also, again, no boots of swiftness, and you give her a chance to freeze here now. Okay, where do you open up? You should open up through mid. In these scenarios, open up through mid always.
Okay.
Because Yasuo's recalling most likely after the play. Malzahar is dead. You have tempo. You can maybe get 1 or 2 extra plates here.
Yeah.
And then you open back to the top. So open up through mid more as a mentality thing. I think, yeah. Okay, she has no flash ult. So yeah, you just all in. Good. Again, that boots us with this purchase. You're going to start remembering it now. Like, it will elevate your gameplay so much more. In regards to mechanics, by the way, I'm genuinely impressed. And then the second I say that, you fuck up royally. Yeah, this is a double kill. If you just Q here, and you get a tier 2.
Yeah,
this Q is a $1 million missed Q.
Yeah.
Still good, though. Because, see, I would take the risk here of looking to dive this guy. Come on, buddy. Look at his items.
I'm scared, coach.
Scared of what?
Dying.
Level 12 to level 9? So there's a way to set up dives on Fiora that's really reliable. And that is initiating with a W.
Yeah.
You'd agree with me that if you W him, auto Q Hydra, like he's 1 HP. And then you can kite away or finish it off, and then get this turret.
If I wait 2 seconds for my E, he's just dead if I hit 1 bite.
Yeah.
W.
This is not bad, but I mean, oh, you just get drive by. It's a tilter. Unfortunate. That should be the play for the tier 2, but it's still fine. Okay, it's just important that now recall. Put some swiftness, please. Thank you. And now you can decide to open up the top, open up bot. Also in this scenario, you can still refillable, get an extra dagger or longsword. And I think opening up bot is fine. Never mind, Yasuo's there, so you open up top. Good. We still want to play for the tier 2. Okay. A little bit tricky. It's also because we already missed some opportunities, right?
Yeah, I don't really have as good opportunities as I did before.
Yeah.
And she gets to scale for free.
Okay, one thing you're always permanently doing, which I'm seeing, is you're pushing these side waves instantly. So you're never slow pushing into hard pushing, which leaves you with less plates. Also here, when you feel like it's harder for you to progress in the side lane, which it is this game, help her with this and ask if you can take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just take
Makes
the herald
sense.
to get this.
Because then it's a free T2.
Yeah. But you see, when you push the one wave like this, you can only play with one wave. She just collects it, and you can progress. So you're kind of stuck here because you're all the time pushing one wave, and then you can't really do anything. You see it for yourself? You try to punish her. You try to bait out her ult. You couldn't. Now recall. Don't risk reward to dying. Okay. Yeah, I want to see this recall. Okay, you don't die. Okay. I like how you're limit testing. You got her flash ult, so that's pretty good. And you get her here. Okay, how do we lose this game then?
This goes on to almost 40 minutes, and
I think this is also your timer to hit this, no? Why don't we go for the turret? Malzar bot and 3 people on dragon. Look.
Yeah.
You have 6
my,
blocks.
my map awareness is not there.
You see it? I was already thinking here, this is a free T2 turret. This is the second time you get tempo but don't use it.
Yeah, makes sense.
The first time we had it with the Viego, the second time we missed it. Now you see, remember, this is the first time.
This is so grief, man.
You see the first time with Viego, when we missed it, this was 40 minutes in, 30 minutes, right? 40 minutes. The next time we're able to hit the tier 2 is a whole 4 minutes later, and again you miss it. See, sometimes it can take you 4 minutes, but you've missed both of these opportunities, and so now you've delayed yourself this, but also potentially this. Because I would say the second you get this, you can play for this. Now that you don't get this, I would love to see you go bot though.
Alright, yeah, makes sense.
Okay, actually wait, Atakan is spawning bot side, so going top side is fine too. And this guy has no flash ult. Yeah, I think that's fine then. You see, you're always first pushing the first wave. Sometimes it's better to slow push 1, hard push 2, because then you give the chance for this next wave to walk up. In this iteration, you should hard push because kills bot. But do you see the difference?
Yeah.
Okay.
In what scenarios when I'm ahead is it more beneficial?
Sorry?
In what scenarios when I'm ahead is it more beneficial to slow push than hard push?
You get a bigger wave. And see, the thing is, what happens now is, let's say Kill is just standing here. She can just pretty easily clear this, right? Because you also have to focus this next wave on the turret now. But let's say you've collected this wave here already, and then you crash with this wave in the next wave. It's way easier for you to hit the turret. Do you see the difference then?
Yeah, because she has to clear 2 waves.
Right, and there's no way for you to clear. So you can just focus the turret.
Makes sense, makes sense.
Okay, now you get the tier 2 though, so you open up the map. I like this. I would play a little bit more greedy onto this. See, what you have to do in this game set as well is extend your lead, like exert your dominance in this game.
Yeah.
I'm not scared of Viego Gragas here. And what I'm noticing is you're pressing tab very little as a habit. Like, what I would do here, right, like when you're moving here, in terms of map awareness too, let's take a look at the last time you've pressed tab. Okay? We're gonna see it for yourself.
It's gonna be a while, probably.
So that's a habit that you need to start increasing. Okay, that's the first time. Okay, this is like a time we press it. And why it's so important to keep pressing tab is because I need you to be very cognizant of the item spikes that your opponents are on, so you can kind of
and play around that.
Well, yes, and you can kind of estimate how much damage people are going to be dealing to you, and you can see for yourself which skirmish you should be taking and which skirmish you should be avoiding. But this is the time you press tab. I do not think you could see all the items there. You see, you press it very fast.
Yeah.
And now we don't press it for a very long time. Kills for the recalling. You got a solo kill on Yasuo. That's out of your position. What sucks for your job, by the way, is that you have no engage onto Malzar kill. You guys have 0 engage, so that's definitely an issue too. Okay, now I see Viego here, I see Gragas here. I'm pressing tab, seeing their items. See if I can 2v1 play for this turret. Okay, Malzar has to come back top. You go top, and they just get Atakan. I think it's a great decision by you to go top side here. You can play away from Atakan here. I would stay mid. When you just sack this wave, you stay mid, and you get mid priority, so you don't sack this. You cannot play away from this objective right now, especially not with teleport. Without teleport. If you have TP, you can consider, but even then, I would say it's objectively better.
That's only if the wave is like almost at T3 and I have like hold breaker or something, so I can force pressure.
There's nothing for this, right? You can't try anything here.
They just relax me here completely. So
this is a giant blunder. We had to be here, push the mid wave. And then, afterwards, you can consider going top lane when this wave will bounce. But you gotta remain pressure through the side lane for your team here. Oh, sorry, for the mid lane for your team. And then if enemies contest here, you get free tier 2. If they collect mid, then your team is free to do this. You have to help them here. You can't leave away. This might be where you lose the game. Yeah, your team dies, and they get Attica, and they get all the XP on Malzar kill. And you get to tier 3, but that's not a good Yeah, so that was a horrible outcome for you. Now, Yasuo was chain running it. That is out of your control, but that decision there is a giant blunder because now, 2 levels down, not in your control necessarily, your teammates or anything. But look, this guy was a massive win condition at that fight. Massive.
Yeah.
And now the Kaisa that's 2 and 5 is higher EXP.
Yeah.
The 1 and 7 Gragas is on par to EXP with this guy. And Kill got level 15. This guy has been strong the whole game. But look at his items. Look at this guy's items.
If so you nothing compared to me.
No, so even this 2v2 here, this 2v1 scenario here, I would have taken it. Look at Viego's items, right? You one-shot that guy. He's playing Throne King, playing full base HP. You would have one-shot him.
Yeah, he's also 3 levels down. He would just died.
And so now after that, I believe the game becomes significantly harder for you because now it's going to be hard to find a progression state. So what you find in this game, what we've been seeing, is you've missed 2 big tempo opportunities that slowed down your game tremendously. Right?
Yeah.
That, paired with the fact that you made that one move to top and played away from the neutral, I believe if you fight here, you probably win the game. Because you should win that fight with a 9-1 Jinx, with you being so strong, and you get the Atacant, you probably win the game. But you haven't joined a single fight, and as a result now, yes, you're strong on the map, but you didn't expect your league fast enough, and you weren't there at the crucial neutrals. You played too much for the side waves.
Makes sense.
And now enemy team randomly got Baron because your team got gapped. That's not onto you necessarily. And yeah, I mean now the game is more so whoever gets the better execution fight wins, whereas the biggest griever kind of loses, right? Yeah, you have no mana, so you just can't win. Okay, is there another time step you'd like to go over for this game?
Maybe like 36 minutes if there's something I could do better on the execution. Because if I win that duel, I think there's a chance we win.
36 minutes.
Or is it a bit later? You can skip a bit forward. I think I'm close to there. It's like right at the end here. Because their entire team is skirmishing our team down. Okay, no, it's a 2v1, I forgot.
Yeah, and they have Soul.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
hard. Malzar skills so well too. Hard game. Ultimately, I will say, right, this game got very hard because of this guy and this guy and this guy dying repeatedly. So don't put all pressure onto you. You did a lot of things correct this game. It was still a hard game to carry with how frequent your team died. So that's important. But
yeah, but I always want to focus on what I can do, right? And participate.
And I think this time
I don't want my teammates to be a factor.
Yeah.
Like I will accept the games I lose if they throw, but I want to play it.
Yeah.
To the point where either my teammates have to make mistakes or I'm playing 5 fakers to lose.
This moment is so important.
Yeah.
And then
this brings so much tempo.
This moment was ultra important. And this moment here, where you go top. Unacceptable. So some notes already. It's like that once you have that tempo on the sideline, I want you to basically crush your lead harder. Of course, this is going to be situation to situation, and depending on map awareness, I don't want you to start randomly running it down because you're going to have my voice in the back of your mind saying I want you to do stuff, right? But when you get the position, I want that. Over laning phase, there were some... Because the thing is, more over anything, if you get the kill here, by the way, this game is like ×3 how hard it would snowball.
Yeah.
It's like,
even faster.
Yeah, it's like, this is the most important timer by far. Yeah. Another habit that I really need you to ingrain more is pressing tab and looking for tempo continuously on the map. Like a great example that I can showcase as well is... what was the game that I played today? Could be this game.
You played Kale today?
Yeah. Atakan. It's the top side one, I believe, this one. Where is it? No, this is the bot side one. I need the game against top side Atakan. Maybe it's this game then. Yeah, we have top side Atakan this game. So what's really interesting here is because I'm continuously pressing tab, I actually find a tempo window too. So here I go top, and I've seen it at least on the map a few times. So for example, I believe it's here. Where is it? Take a look at Elise's items when I leave base. I press tab continuously. I take a look at everybody's items. You see Elise's items here?
Elise has nothing.
She's no, well, she's 2 components to her second item. That's really important to note.
Well, that
Same
means
for
she has a
Yon.
recall.
Same for Kaisa. They're all 3 really close to an item.
They all need to reset.
Kind of. Or they just came from reset,
soon.
right?
Yeah.
But let's say, so I saw this at like 19 minutes, and now when I'm here, look, I saw Elise recalling here for a frame, but I know guaranteed she's not canceling this because she's going for this item. I already knew she had that gold earlier. But this is an example where actually I can see her recall.
And now you get free tempo on that.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're going to have a lot more examples like this. Pressing tab is one of the biggest skills to learn in League of Legends because all the information is there. If you're not pressing tab enough, in terms of itemizations, summoners, cooldowns, right, you are playing pretty much blindfolded.
Yeah, makes
sense. Learning to press tab more often and getting temp opportunities to do that is extremely important. Other than that, I think we pretty much went over this game. I don't think there's anything else to go over.
Yeah, no, makes sense.
Okay.
Can we go over the laning phase in the 1 versus Renekton?
Yeah. Okay. How do you perceive this matchup?
It's not terrible. I mean, it's not easy by any means. It's definitely one of the volatile ones.
Yeah.
But I've never really had a terrible game against Renekton where I've gotten stumped.
How do you see the power levels in this matchup?
But the power levels, I feel I'm super strong compared to him, level 1, 2.
Good.
And then when he's level 3, he beats me. And then it's pretty much like a bit in his favor. And then I don't know. I mean, I think he's slightly stronger with his ult if he plays the fight correctly. And like plays his stun right and his E. And just space me well. But if he doesn't, it's just very favored to me. So it's a skill-based matchup, but if he plays his timers correctly, I think it's very favored to him.
Yeah, so you hard win level 1 to level 3. After level 4, it becomes a little bit harder. If you both have ult, he wins. If neither of you have ult, you win. After 2 items, you outskill.
Yeah. I mean, I hell outscale, so.
This is really good. You're getting level 1 aggression. Beautiful. I wouldn't feel too worried about hitting this wave. Did he have W or Q start? What did he do?
Yeah, he didn't use an ability, so I didn't know. Or no, he used W, yeah.
Yeah, W start. Okay. So what I do here then is probably even circle around. And
get the vital immediately.
Yeah.
The second one on the back off, yeah.
I mean, this is fine too. You're getting free priority. But I just want to like extend that level 1 position where you're stronger so much longer. This is still fine.
Yeah.
Okay. And you see you're trading, kind of getting a second wave crash, but you lose a lot of HP for it. So I think here, what you should do instead is just play with the minion line and get your level 2 crash, and you're going to be fine. Now, why do I also say this? It's because I feel like right now, after pushing a wave like this, you can get much more out of this scenario. Okay? So you've got to the fine trade. After this, I stop trading. I look for a second wave crash. Now, why? Because I also see Briar diving to bots.
Yeah, I'm weak side.
Yes.
I don't see Diego, yeah.
Yes.
That's also why I wanted the second wave crash. I just didn't do the crashing optimally.
Yes, now you stop trading pretty much. And you start playing with the wave set only, and you're pretty much looking to go even here.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So I think here...
Because it's also better for me if I go even, because the champ dynamic.
I would never look for these trades. I mean, this vital's fine, but then stop trading. And E second against a W start, come on, buddy.
Yeah, no, I misclicked actually.
Oh, okay.
I have a wooting with rapid trigger, so the input is I have it on 0.1.
Okay.
So it's easy to miss.
Yeah. Now it's gonna get really rough for you because this is where you start losing the matchup and you're weak sided, right? So you can't pretty much contest anything anymore. Okay, you go for this last hit. I think it makes sense. Yeah, outplays you with the timing. Yeah. You did get the full bone plating. Actually, you can win here. Keep your ground. Nice. Oh, he got level 4. He almost beat you because of level up. Inside recall here.
Yeah. I just wanted to, and I get caught for it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It's because Diana's coming.
Yeah, and I greeded here.
Yeah, I think what you're doing is try to go for double longsword refillable.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you're a greedy piggy.
Yeah, I am a greedy piggy sometimes.
And you die.
if I just skipped 1 minion there, I would have made it. And this Diana becomes the biggest win condition for them as well. So
Yeah, she got Fukler into a nice kill, right? So she gets the biggest efficiency here. Okay, this is nice. This could be a kill now, but I'm scared that Diana might still be topside.
yeah, well, you'll see. Maybe.
Okay, well, he's guided this way. Beautiful. Oh, yeah, that's the problem. So you got 2 kills, but yeah, there's a chance Diana's still topside here, and that's the issue for you now. And the wave pushes away, so yeah, it sucks. The risk to reward for you here, though, is just like here. I would just stop probably. But no,
Would you?
no, I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't. No, I was thinking about it. No, I probably would do the exact same thing you're doing. I'll put my potion on, but even that probably doesn't save you.
Oh no, it doesn't.
No, I would go for the kill too. No,
because she flashed on me, so it doesn't matter. Like
Yeah.
I would have made it out, but she flashed. So
to be fair,
I tilt.
no, I would have looked for the kill too. What Fiora blesses you here though to push out the wave, because this
Yeah.
wave should push to you, and you'd lose a full cannon wave. Like Diana actually pushed it here, so she gets 2 waves, 39 seconds on the first recall and a plate. Yes, Diana is ultra fat now, but you did
Yeah.
stomp the Renekton. It's just like the thing is, this is such an interesting scenario because a lot of your plays intuitive. I just think your first death was extremely avoidable. The second one, I probably would have done the same thing in your shoes. If he walked into river, I would have not followed him though.
Yeah, no.
Okay, here.
I agree with that because then it's very obvious.
Yeah, here. This has to be a hard push kind of, because you have such a big wave. I believe it's in every regard just better to hard push this.
Yeah.
Because the wave is at tier 3, and you should have enough time to hard push this, make it bounce.
Yeah, in hindsight, I agree. I'm still adjusting to the new damage.
Perfect. Yeah, and now it's kind of awkward, but you get it in, you get the grubs. But this timer, I probably wouldn't help with the grubs.
Yeah, but would you recall here? I feel like this is a weird, or would you just want me to?
No, I'd recall. I'd recall. I mean, I'd recall in fog, so that enemy team doesn't know where I am.
Well, yeah.
And then you get your team out, right?
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
Because if you don't, you're not gonna get a recall anymore for the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, you're right.
And see, it's twice now we help with the grubs. But look, when you stay here, okay, just invalidate my point by getting a perfect W. Nice. I mean, your mechanics, though, I will say. So the W timing is good, but going for this vital here, look at your position. Like, you're just in there. Beautiful parry. Or, like, beautiful timing here. Well played in regards to your spacing.
Like, that's why I don't really find the Renekton matchup super awful, because I feel like the W is reactable.
Yeah.
Or at least for me it is. But I'm also a gamer throughout all my life, and I have a rapid trigger keyboard, so...
That's good. Rapid trigger keyboard. Actually, somebody has been telling me to get, like, a keyboard that has, like, custom build. Do you think it's objectively better?
I mean, rapid trigger keyboards can definitely help, because, okay, so the thing with them is that a normal mechanical keyboard, which I assume you have...
I have just a Razer keyboard.
Yeah, just a normal one. The actuation point, where how far you press it down and when it actually puts in the input into your software, right, is about 3 millimeters on a normal mechanical keyboard, which is yours. But if you have a rapid trigger keyboard like the Wooting, there's plenty of others nowadays, but the Wooting is just the most popular one. You can adjust the actuation point to where it's at 0.1 millimeter. So pretty much as soon as the button even goes down the slightest bit, it actuates.
Is that a competitive advantage, or but I guess it can also? Yeah.
No, it is a competitive advantage. Not extremely much in this game, but in FPSs and like Riven games and stuff, it is. It's
actually gonna try it.
Big.
Okay. But you have to get used to it, though, right?
You can, but you can also like customize where you want the actuation point and stuff. And one thing also, it's not really that common in League, but let's play you're playing Zeri, right? And your Q is your auto. You don't have to push the key all the way up if you have a rapid trigger keyboard, because then you can turn on the rapid trigger setting. And as soon as you press it downwards after the upwards motion has happened, even at any point in the key press, so it can basically be halfway down, but if the motion starts going upwards and you press it down, even though it's not gone all the way up, it actuates again. So
Okay, so you can cast it, but does it cast faster too? That's the second part.
It puts your input in immediately compared to a normal keyboard. So
Probably does.
in theory, it's faster, yes,
Okay, interesting.
and in practice, yes, as well. So
Okay.
with abilities like Fiora's W, it's really good. I've realized because on some things there's such short time frames. Like let's say Darius E, for example.
Yeah.
I played that matchup so much. I feel like I can get it like 75% of the time. If
That's
I go for it.
crazy.
And I've actually been called a scripter for it once because I like there's this one laning phase where I did it to him like 4 engages in a row and he just tilted his ass off.
Because I would say that Ranked W and Darius E is something you have to predict, not
Yeah,
react to.
yeah, no. In that example right there, the last kill, I reacted to it.
Yeah. Okay, that's crazy. Okay, getting back to the game. I'll keep you noted once I get mine. Okay.
And also
this
the
was a
Diana
predict.
ult is also react. No, it is reactable.
Okay. I mean, I would probably predict it. Okay, this
Yeah,
would
I
be
mean,
good.
if she dashes on you, you should definitely like use it, but
This is
you
tricky.
can't predict it.
Okay, your Briar
And then
ended you
get-
here. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is game losing for you. Yeah, she just has to use E faster, but she gets to see all the way, and she doesn't use her damage reduction ability, and then you die.
Yeah.
Rating gets back in the game from that. That sucks. Yeah, I mean, and I've really so okay. This is really good to see. You just got back. You get this. And you instant recall for your Hydra. Really good to see as well. Okay, do you perhaps have timestamps in this game or things you'd like to look at?
Somewhere around like, I think there's like close to 20 minutes somewhere. I think there's something.
Oh, this is so unlucky too. Okay.
Yeah,
It's been a lucky game too in some scenarios, honestly. Okay, close
there's
to 20
like some
minutes.
skirt. Yeah, this fight I think like where I'm dead here.
Okay, so
like
let's do some research before the game. What are you seeing before you go to the fight? Walk me through your thoughts.
I'm the strongest in the game,
Yeah.
by far, and I mean, I don't know. It's hard because I don't know how Nefarious kit or Diana's kit really works. I know that Diana has her arcing thing that she can dash to, and her ult that pulls in. And
Yeah.
Nefaria, I just know that she has a movement speed ult or something like that.
Yeah, and she can dash to you. It doesn't matter too much.
Yeah.
To be fair, I never played Nafira. I also don't know exactly what she does. But
Yeah.
one thing I also check is I check items. So she has 2 items, right? But this
Yeah.
guy has 1 item. She's probably gonna have 2 items by the time she comes back because there's no vision on her. They
Yeah.
have very low engage, and this guy's also 1 item.
I think I was talking about the skirmish here, which I'm dead on. Which
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a look then.
Because I don't. Oh, yeah, because I was chasing Renekton into the river.
I wouldn't even walk top lane here, probably. I'd probably walk mid.
Yeah, makes sense. Is it worth giving up T1 here to get Renekton more back into the game?
I don't think he ever gets back in the game.
That makes sense.
I think you play for this.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to go top lane anymore. You got a top tier 1, top tier 2.
Yeah, I'm just gonna catch waves.
So I would go here and go here.
Yeah.
You see, again, opening up mid here would be objectively better because their mid laner shows bot. No mana, no HP. Yeah, I would have 100% go mid lane. Look at these waves. You got these waves, so you get the mid tier 1 here. And then you get tempo into bot. That's what I would have done. See, the thing is, who's enemy win condition in this game?
Diana.
Diana and their bot lane.
Yeah.
If you go top, you're playing into this guy. Making him from 2 and 5 to 2 and 6 does nothing, and you can't get anything here next to mid waves. Or so next to waves. Here you get so much more. So this is already one giant mistake. Okay, you come back here, you instantly all in him. Very natural thing to do, because you're just that guy. He flashes out. They could be on Herald. They are on Herald. I think you chase it. Yeah, I mean, I think here, there's not much to say about, but like, this guy is going to river, straight beelining. If you flash like this, my alarm bells are ringing, by the way. Here you back off. All you gotta do here is play slow. Play with your W cooldown, and there's no way for them to escape. Like, the play is already guaranteed. But you're playing you're going too fast. Just play slow here. Your prize lucky too. Look if you back off here. You're so good.
Yeah.
You just overextend.
It's just 3 because one of them is low and we're 2 there, and then she just loses the 1v1 or 2v1 after.
Yeah. So we should open up mid. I think being here now is fine. I'm not sure if I would TP. Nope, I would walk. I think it's very tricky to TP here. Okay, when you find this guy. I've also noticed you're not using Hydra enough for your combos. Okay, this guy's out. Lulu's dead. Diana's probably dead. What should you do instead?
I should probably look at what's happening with their HP there and gauge if I should engage or not with Ezreal and Briar.
You have two options here. This Diana's dead. She's cornered. She's 100% dead. What are your options?
Well, then my options are play for mid T1 or bot T1.
Yeah, what should you do?
I think since Nafir just got out, I think should play for mid T1, and because the wave is so far into it. Well, I mean the wave is also gonna crash, and we have no one there to catch it.
Nafiri is pretty much base. Lulu dead. Yeah. Diana's gonna be dead. There's two options. You spamming your team to go for the attack on top side, which is gonna be there,
and then play bot side
and play mid tier 1.
Mid. Oh yes.
So you run mid tier 1 with your team. You ping them to go here, and you get this. If they don't listen, you go here. Your team plays this. And you play this. You make that choice right here.
Yeah.
Right? You before going to this fight, you also see Atakan is about to respawn. Okay, you pretty much kill 3 people because this guy has to go base. And chasing here gives you nothing. Now you're losing top tier 1.
I'm a kill greedy pig.
Yes. And now we've all the way gone to top side for the kill on this ranked in. That is not the win condition. You could have had the whole bot tier 1. Same thing here. After getting this kill, what do you reckon I want you to do?
Ping my team to go Atakan.
No, Rico, go bots. You don't have tempo enough to do Atakan anymore. This guy's gonna be back on the map. Everybody's gonna be back on the map, and your team has to recall. So you should play tempo into bot, and then you can always play for Atakan with the bot lane prior too. Because now when you have 40 seconds tempo on this guy, if you recall and open bot side right here, by the time Ranked is respawned, you've already gotten this turret. You push out the side wave, Ranked collects here, and you get tempo on the map.
Makes sense.
So, since you've gotten the tier 2 turret here, where did you get it? Here you get it, which is good to see. Yeah. 18 minutes. You haven't been bot or mid once, and now you die again. Yeah. This Atakan was out of tempo. And this is where you lost your game.
I hate myself, man.
That's okay.
League.
No, that's good. You have to go through these moments, but you see now very clearly how you could have easily won this game. Look how much standing gold there was.
That makes sense.
You would have had all 3 of these turrets had you made different decisions. Right? The first time you open up top, you should have opened up mid, which would have also, so remember here, it was like, what, minute 17?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, right here when you leave base. You're in an unlosable position, kind of. Here, you would be able to get this turret and this turret in the same rotation.
Oh, I've heard you say a billion times, waves into turrets, into kills, but I just go kills immediately.
Yeah, and then after the neutral, when you've used all your stuff like this, turrets.
Yeah.
But we circle all the way to top, get a kill, go Atakan, die again. You know, it's also good to see. Minute 17, or minute 18 here. No, I mean, let's say minute 18. Fair enough. You have 139 CS.
Yeah. I've lost so much tempo on my CS. Because I've just been chasing kills.
Right? So you've gotten, 16 CS in the last 4 minutes as Fiora. Yeah. Now you go bot. A whole 5 minutes later. I would have stopped chasing. Here, I'd stop chasing.
Yeah. You're right.
The risk to reward to chase here is so crazy. Okay, Diana ranked over top, but Lulu and or Misfortune can be here. You have the bot tier 1 guaranteed with potential tempo to the bot tier 2.
Yeah.
You're too kill hungry. Okay, we finally got the turret. 6 minutes later. Mechanically, you're playing good. But the game is very tough now. Also, those few minutes of the transition between laning phase and mid to late are arguably the most important and the most explosive.
Yeah, and I did nothing for 5 minutes straight.
Yeah, right. If you use those windows well, because remember, you left base with this item, and this item. Now you've only gotten this in the past 5 minutes. That's why you lose. If we lose. Basically, right now it's a matter of whoever executes the fights well.
Yeah, this is a loss.
I think it's very clear to see why he lost this one. But what I will say is that these mistakes are ultra easy to fix.
Yeah.
Because it's mindset switches. You gotta stop being so kill hungry, and you gotta start playing to resources more actively and gain more experience by playing for tempo. I think you see the options very clearly this game. And the opportunities too.
I definitely do.
And if you lock in that more, I can see you still skyrocket a lot more. You're on the terms of mechanical level, I haven't really been having to highlight that much. I think there's 3 things you need right now. First things and foremost, it's got to be more experience in matchups. Right? You're still relatively new to the game. I think there's also plenty of champions you don't really understand, so that's really important. So spamming game.
I think I got a good grasp on like the main top lanes, like most of them.
Yeah.
But apart from the top lanes, like there's only the normal ADCs that I know, some mid laners and junglers I'm very, very inexperienced with.
Alright, so you need experience through still playing the game. That's one.
Yeah.
Second thing is you need to basically get, how to say this, more experience. Well,
structure.
No, I think you're actually very structured already. But the problem that you have, and this kind of ties in with champion understanding, is item understanding. So I think that's the next step. So I want you to make it such an active habit to start pressing tab every time and start realizing how much damage X champion does with X item. And just making mental notes, stacking that experience, So experience,
gauge
exactly
depending on situations how much X level Viego with X item does to me.
Right.
And seeing if, depending on my situation, seeing if I could capitalize on it, depending on if he's the threat in a set situation, me pushing a tower. Or
yes.
whatnot.
That's going to give you so much more overview and confidence in the game. Because once you know what kind of X champion does and how much damage output they should realistically do, it's harder for you to get caught off guard. But the fastest part is you have more confidence in deciding 2v1 options. And you can push your lead more consistently. Then thirdly,
that makes sense.
It is the discipline regarding kills to objectives on the map and seeing side waves and turrets as a more consistent result, of course, than kills. The game against Kill, I think you were too focused on side waves and turrets, and this game you were too focused on kills.
Makes sense. I need to.
Yeah, and if you find that balance, like I will say, this is of course a criticism, but I am extremely impressed with how well you're performing in League with how little experience you have. How long have you played the game again?
I started late October, so how long is it? Like.
That's 3 months.
3.5 months.
I will say I've never seen somebody get to this level in 3 months, so that is extremely impressive to me. You're the first.
I mean, I pretty much only play Fiora. I have played 2 games of your own mid lane display because I secondary role mid, and I won both of them.
Yeah, I feel like you're following the blueprint. You're getting a niche in League of Legends. I mean, you do have some MOBA experience by playing Smite previously, but other than that, you are very fresh to League, and you are one of the fastest climbing individuals I've seen. I'm really curious to also keep getting updates on your progression. I think you're doing everything amazing.
Yeah, of course. I appreciate all your coaching. I mean, you are the one who inspired me to play top lane.
Let's go.
Beginning, so I've actually only played mid lane before, and then I was like, oh, this shit's boring. Like, there's too many junglers interacting here. I want to 1v1 someone.
Hell
like, I want this to be difficult as shit.
Let's go.
And I mean, yeah, it's fun. I like it.
Perfect. Then, do you have any closing questions? Anything you're like, let's go over this. This is maybe important, or yeah.
I have a request. Could you give me just a screenshot, some notes of something I should focus on? To keep in mind while I play.
I think so. The most bullet points that I made earlier, it's the keeping pressing tab is an active goal going forward. Gain experience by looking at items at any downtime, figuring out win conditions, tracking summoners, and setting up that makes sense, right?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Second tab is genuinely just playing. But this is a very simple goal. And then
Yeah.
it's understanding. Yeah.
One question: would you recommend me to play some ARAM games every once in a while? 'Cause I
You
find
could.
it fun, and I do just play the champion. Like I don't fish for a champ I've already played.
Yeah, I actually recommend that because you will play new champions and face different champions, so it's like double experience gaining. Like in terms of speed.
It's a bit of a difference for like someone who's level 500 and has a couple of thousands of games of League, or thousands of hours of League. But
Yeah,
I still am probably sub 400 or what.
yeah. Compared to kills, and once you have tempo on the map, you have to utilize it more. I mean, this is a hard point to make, right? But I think you understand what I mean, right? So once you have tempo on the map, you have to prioritize turret damage over camps, potential kills, right?
It's basically maximize long-term gain from your tempo.
Yes. And then there was another point I wanted to make, but I forgot it. It's like a point that we talked about a little bit earlier. Right. What was it? Maybe it ties in with this. Of course, once you have tempo on the map. Oh yes. Open up through mid lane more often once you've gotten the top tier 1, especially top tier 2. You've seen often how many times you have to open up through mid instead of through top lane, right? Which then would allow you to go either back to top or back to bot or stay mid and just kind of react. You're always going to top and then you're away from the map.
Yeah, and looking back, I think there's been like at least 20 games where I've had tempo from a reset compared to my laner topside, where I could have gotten probably 2 or 3 plates mid and completely disregarded it and brain deadly walked top again.
It's good. So I'm glad we got that final note there down there too. And I think that summarized the session for me pretty well.